KGK's Music Life. I'm your host, Anthony K. And I'm back with a vinyl video. That's right, this is my first vinyl video in quite a while. I think my last true vinyl video was back in the summer. But today is Black Friday, November 29th, I believe it is. November 29th, Black Friday. And of course, that means it's Record Store Day, Black Friday. And I have always done Record Store Day videos, so I couldn't let this year go by without doing a Record Store Day video. I just got back from Record Store Day. In fact, I'm still got my jacket, my hoodie, and everything on. Just came in the door, set everything up, decided to film this video and get it out to you guys right away, and get on with the rest of my day. So this Black Friday, Record Store Day, I didn't really even look at the list this year. I was very disappointed last year with last Record Store Day, Black Friday. I only got a couple things. This year I ended up buying 10 things, and they are all spur of the moment, on the spot buys. I did not plan my Record Store Day this time around. I thought about filming it, but you guys have seen the stores before in previous Record Store Day videos. I went to my usual 3 stores, PCV Records in Oakville, Ontario, High Notes Vinyl Cafe in Port Credit, Ontario, and Rick's Recollections in Port Credit, Ontario was my last stop. And between the 3 stores, I picked up a total of 10 items. I believe 7 of them were in PCV, 2 of them were in High Notes, and 1 in Rick's. And you may hear my dog, my puppy, who's 4 months old as yesterday. She's playing around with her toys. I'm sorry about that, but she's a ball of fire, and I just came in, of course, so she missed me being out for 3 hours. And you'll hear her growling and playing around. I'm sorry about that, guys. We'll just have to... If I try to film a video with her quiet, that's pretty impossible right now these days around this household, because she's just nonstop go, 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 as you can hear. So what did I pick up at Record Store Day? Like I said, I did not look at the list this year at all. I did not pre-plan my list this year. And I just decided to wing it for once on Record Store Day and be surprised by what there was and make spur-of-the-moment decisions after looking at the vinyl. And this is what I came up with. Like I said, I remember vaguely looking at the list, you know, a month or so ago. Sorry. She's playing with stuff. Hopefully she doesn't get too loud. I remember looking at the list briefly when it first dropped and really don't remember much about the list. There was a couple things that were in the back of my head, but come to this morning when I headed out, I didn't even have an idea what I was going to buy. So what did I buy? Well, the first thing I bought, and this was, like I said, spur of the moment, I saw it there. I knew there was some sort of Beatles 7-inch, and you guys know I'm not a Beatles person, not a big Beatles fan. I don't have any Beatles other than the red and blues, but I saw this single and said, you know, I'll just buy it. Maybe this will be a Christmas present for somebody. I don't know if I'll even keep this. I know they're gonna sell out like crazy and be probably worth something in the long run. I don't know if I'll open it. I believe it's on a swirly colored vinyl or something, on a cool colored vinyl. But I thought I would just buy this for the fun of it. And like I said, maybe it'll be a Christmas present for somebody. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But it's the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. I Saw Her Standing There, 7-inch single. And I just grabbed one for, who knows what. Maybe a Christmas present. Maybe I'll sell it at one of my auctions. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It was real just, why not? Spur of the moment buy. Just to say I have a 7-inch Beatles single other than... what was the one that came out last year? I don't even remember the name of it now. The last Beatles song. So, that Beatles. I Want to Hold Your Hand. I Saw Her Standing There. And I do really love I Saw Her Standing There. I do actually love these 2 songs. So, I don't know if I'll open it or not. We'll see. Spur of the moment buy. All of them were. The next one was one that I saw it. And I saw the name, and there was another fellow in the store talking about it, and I listened to what he had to say. And then I picked it up and looked at it and read the liner notes on the back and was very fascinated by this one. And it's called Jamaica to Toronto, soul, funk, and reggae, 1967 to 1974. So that's a really great period of soul, funk, and reggae for sure. Compiled by Cipriano and Light in the Attic. It's a 2 LP set. Jamaica to Toronto. And the story of this album, and I'll just quickly read it to you guys because this is what was a Record Store Day Canada release. We have our own a few Canadian releases on every Record Store Day that are Canadian exclusives. So this particular collection of artists, it's a compilation album. Various artists, Jamaica to Toronto, soul, funk, and reggae. In the late 1960s, Canada's largest city was musically booming as Caribbean immigrants made Toronto their new home. The finest ska, rocksteady, and reggae recording artists of the era, Studio One, Treasure Isle, and Trojan Record originators, simply did what came naturally to them. One by one, they hit the studio and captured some of the toughest tunes this side of Kingston. Collectively, they are broke down racial and cultural barriers to form an unprecedented and little-known Canadian reggae community. Jamaica to Toronto, soul, funk, and reggae details this crucial sonic migration. Pressed at optimal on yellow and green revinyl, a substantial alternative using a 100% recycled material. So I think this is going to be a really cool spin. If you guys can see it in your stores somewhere, I would highly have a look at it yourselves. Jamaica to Toronto, soul, funk, and reggae, 1967 to 1974. So that was very interesting. The next one I picked up was... she's barking now. The next one I picked up was Jazz Sabbath, the 1968 tapes. It's the third in the Jazz Sabbath series. I have volumes 1 and 2, and I thoroughly enjoyed the Jazz Sabbath, so I'm sure this will be just as good as the first 2 volumes. This is a Record Store Day Black Friday limited release. Limited edition translucent vinyl bonus track, bonus CD. Apparently it's got a CD as well, featuring such Black Sabbath classics as Into the Void, Electric Funeral, Supernaut, Hole in the Sky, The Wizard, Spiral Architect, Warning, and War Pigs. So I'm excited to hear this. I really do enjoy the Jazz Sabbath series. And want a third one for the collection of that. The third album, did I really need this? No, because I have their entire discography on vinyl. Other than, I think there's only 2 albums that we're still waiting to see pressed to vinyl. Did I need this? Not really, because all the songs on this greatest hits albums I have on vinyl, mostly on remastered vinyls and original vinyl. But Ramones. Hey Ho, Let's Go, greatest hits. Just because I'm a Ramones completist, I'm a big Ramones fan. Had to be a Ramones completist. Like I said, I've got all these tracks on their original albums, but there are some single edits I think on here. Yeah, you got Rock and Roll High School's Ed Stasm mix, which I guess is kind of original to this collection, and Pet Sematary single version, which would be original to this collection. But I got this just to be a Ramones completist. It's on a translucent red vinyl. Ramones, Hey Ho, Let's Go. Everybody knows I love the Ramones. So just got that to be a completist. The next one is brand new music from one of my top favorite artists of all time. People know me that I love this artist. This artist, I have a Santana PRS signature guitar. The person that inspired me to play guitar when I was very young, Carlos Santana. Brand new single from Carlos Santana. This is a 12-inch single, Let the Guitar Play. Limited edition 12-inch single on tie-dye vinyl, featuring Daryl DMC McDaniels. It's a 12-inch single, brand new music from Carlos Santana and the Santana Band. Brand new Santana. And it's got 3 different mixes on it by the looks of it. Radio version, soul radio version, and 70s version. So that'll be an interesting spin. Brand new single, 12-inch single from Santana. Being a big Santana fan and completist, of course, I had to get Santana. Next up, I don't have this album in my collection, and I have been buying quite a few of the Rolling Stones Record Store Day releases. I know this is pretty common. You can probably get it used for a reasonable price. Or a decent price. It's not by any means a hard to find album, but I grabbed this one anyhow. It's the exclusive limited edition 180 gram red and white striped vinyl lithograph on archival paper of Get Your Ya-Ya's Out, the Rolling Stones in concert, which a lot of people say is one of the greatest live albums of all time. So I grabbed the Black Friday Record Store Day of that because I don't have this Stones album in my collection. So one more hole in my Stones collection filled with this brand new pressing of Get Your Ya-Ya's Out. Next up is an album that I always loved. It's not hard to find in the wild and used, but I love this album. I really do, and I currently don't have a used copy of this album, amazingly enough. And I do see it a fair amount in the wild. And it is the 50th anniversary of the first Utopia project from Todd Rundgren's Utopia. New liner notes by Todd expert Paul Myers on psychedelic swirl vinyl. It's Todd Rundgren's Utopia, their debut release from this band. Like I said, this is not a hard album really to find in the wild used. But why not get a nice brand new spanking new pressing of it? Of course, it had the side A had, of course, Utopia, Freak Parade, and a great song that I love, Freedom Fighters. And of course, side B was the epic. The entire side was the epic song, The Icon. And my dog's running around. I'm sorry, guys, for dog. You might be hearing dog in the next few videos. So Todd Rundgren's Utopia, 50th anniversary pressing of that. So those first 7 pieces I picked up at PCP Records in Oakville. Then I stopped at High Notes Vinyl Cafe and picked up these 2 pieces. The first up is the Black Friday What's Playing Doc, essential music from the golden age of Warner Brothers cartoons for the first time on vinyl. All your favorite Looney Tunes remastered by Kevin Gray. On limited edition blue and orange vinyl. It's the Carl Stalling Project. Music from the Warner Brothers cartoons, 1936 to 1958. So a really nice collection. I had seen Mazzy talking about this album, and it definitely piqued my curiosity when I saw it in the store today. And I had a look at the back, and who didn't grow up on Looney Tunes cartoons, So this is going to be a nice spin and something to add to my soundtrack collection. I love soundtracks. And it looks like the artwork on it is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful artwork. So I picked that one up. And then the second one I picked up at High Notes and the last one I picked up there. As people who've watched my previous Record Store Day videos know, I always get the Jazz Dispensary releases. I have every Jazz Dispensary release since forever. All the Record Store Day Jazz Dispensary releases I have, and this Record Store Day is no different with getting Jazz Dispensary's The Golden Hour. Get ready to immerse yourself in a world where soundscapes of sun-baked sands and the cold sea breeze blend seamlessly to create one dank groove blast. The Crate Diggers of Jazz Dispensary present The Golden Hour, a new stash of sizzlers that evoke the feeling of floating on a cool lone wave and soaking in the last sunbeams of the day. Featuring tunes from renowned groove masters Johnny Hammond, Sonny Rollins, Chico Hamilton, Vince Guardi, Catalyst, and more. Love the Jazz Dispensary releases. Every single one of them. They are always a winner. They are always a must-buy, a no-brainer. I don't even need to look twice. I always get them. So happy to keep my Jazz Dispensary collection complete of Record Store Day releases. And the last record I picked up on Record Store Day, I picked up at my friend Rick's Recollections store. I had seen this in PCV, and I was kind of like, should I not? Sort of a ho-humming whether I should get it or not. I decided to pick it up when I saw it at Rick's. And it is the Hendrix album, Songs for Groovy Children, the Fillmore East concerts. This is taken from the box set that was released a few years ago called Songs for Groovy Children. This is a 1 LP selection of tracks taken from that box set, which I never did get. I thought about it, and it's kind of a ho-hum, but it is pricey, and I never did jump on it. So happy to get this one from it, featuring songs Stone Free, Hear My Train Comin', Isabella, Machine Gun, and Foxy Lady. So happy to have this sampler taken from that box set, because I'll probably never own the box set. So happy to have this anyhow from that. And those are my Record Store Day Black Friday releases. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And I will see you very, very soon on another video. I think the next video that may be coming to my channel might be a concert video. I am going to a concert on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to film any of it or not. But I do have some vinyl videos planned in the near future before the end of 2024. So thank you for watching. As I always say, rock and roll.